So the first thing I noticed is that your canvas is like huge, which is good because you don't get like weird little pixely lines that way. But I'm just gonna shrink it for the sake of, and then I'll just crop it. Okay. So the line work is really clean. Um, there's some line weight variation going on, you know. You've got thin little lines here and then thicker lines. The first thing that jumped out to me was the noses. This line in particular, because the nose shape actually has like the bridge, right? And then there's the top plane of the nose. And then this plane actually kind of like fades into this like, I would describe it as like a band-aid shape. And then that goes around the eyes, which is why in like shows like Arcane you see a bright little highlight right here. Anyways, you've got the top of the nose, you've got the fold, you've got the nostril, and then the Cupid's bow kind of underneath the nose. And this part of the nose actually kind of folds with the nostril. Okay, so, and then the nostril, yes. So if we hide the original, like this is a pretty solid nose that you've drawn. Like it has, so what I would do in terms of outlining, because it's really hard to figure out like where am I supposed to put the line? Am I supposed to put the line along the whole nose? Am I supposed to just outline the top of the nose? Am I supposed to just outline the bottom of the nose? And when you're just learning, I would go with less is more. So what I would do is I wouldn't outline the top of the nose until it's underneath where the eye is. You can still outline the top of the nose if that's like the style that you want. And then this, like the light, say the light is coming from this way, the light is gonna put a shadow on this edge. Usually the tip of the nose, this edge here, does have quite a bit of a shadow, and it's quite a bit of an edge that you want to show. So showing this part of the nose is fine. I find when you show too much of the crease of the nose, especially if you start showing lines in the expression like this, that's when your character starts to look kind of old. So I would show less of the top of the crease. You can even show none of it, or you can show it with a lighter color, and that way it's not as exaggerated. But what I would do is honestly just show, let's get our little guide back up here of the planes of the nose. I would show the nostril and the bottom here and see the difference between this and that. Here, I'll undo the changes that I did on this nose just so you can see the difference. And then you can also show the top plane of the nose. Some people draw like a line around the top plane of the nose like this. Some people, I do it sometimes, these little dash lines to show the top plane of the nose. Some people show the beginning of the Cupid's bow. I do that mostly on male characters, but that's what I was saying with the nose, which jumped out to me pretty closely. Also, this eye is jumping out to me a little bit. I think either this eye could go up a little bit, or this eye could come down a little bit, you know, or both, me in the middle. Overall, like the things that I noticed that are really good were like some of these wrinkles, you said you don't know how folds work, and that's honestly fine, but these wrinkles on the edge here, the fact that you're not just going like this and then like two lines to show wrinkles, like that's like this is the shape that a wrinkle would form on an edge like this, and you followed the shape with the zipper. That's really good. For the wrinkles, I noticed these kind of flowy, curvy lines. Usually on a skirt, wrinkles are not gonna be curvy like that, or else it kind of makes the skirt look like the skirt is wrinkly. Whereas I think it's a thing with skirts that it's like you don't want a wrinkly skirt. You want your skirt to have. So let's try and get the line weight that you had. Oh, it's bugging out. That's cool. Okay. You had a pretty thin line weight. So what I try to do is go from the bottom and just trace a straight line. And I kind of, you can taper them, but try not to do this thing on a skirt. See the difference from this to this? And then you're gonna have to show the like volume of the skirt in the outline of it. Of course, what do I know? She could have a skirt that wrinkles like that. This skirt, like, it's funny, this skirt is really well done on around the edges and the hems. Like you could draw lines going up from the just like the back of the edge here. I should be drawing in red. It's easier to see what I'm doing this way. Let's go back to the red layer. This red on top now. No, I want the red on top. Red layer so you can see what I'm doing. Just the back of these petals here. This edge of the skirt is pretty good. Here's another line, and it's kind of going alongside the crotch line here. I would either like maybe move this over here or just not. I wouldn't have like one wrinkle. Or these are shorts. In that case, it's pretty good. I would just show the bottom of this so that it's clear that these are separate. I would show like the bottom of this edge like that, and maybe even like an extra wrinkle in there just so that you know that that's supposed to be like a short. These ones pretty good. I would overextend it and show the bottom of this again. That's just me. And yeah, can be straight. I like that you showed the back of the skirt here. Although, yeah, I don't know if it would be that in depth, but you know what? It works. I also wanted to cover wrinkles. So you're gonna have tension points. So like you're gonna have a tension point on the boob that's gonna put tension. You're gonna have a tension point where the shirt is tucked, and you're gonna have a tension point usually on the arms and on the elbows. So most of your wrinkles are gonna come towards this. I usually also put a tension point on like the middle back. So you're gonna have wrinkles that are coming towards these tension points. That's why these wrinkles are pretty good, because they're coming off of the boob and towards these tension points. They can also be between the boobs if it's tight enough. And then this shoulder is gonna bring wrinkles towards this this arm isn't bent. Usually if the arm's bent, it's gonna have a lot more tension. Same with this one. This doesn't need wrinkles, I don't think. It could use like one or two, but it's fine. And then same thing, and then it's really just about how the wrinkles like wrap around each other. Once you know where to put them, like knowing where to put the wrinkles is the hard part. But basically you're going from like the elbow to the armpit. And those are like your main points of where wrinklies are. Actually, I think that one makes more sense. The elbow to the arm. Armpit, boob, down to the middle of the back usually. And then it's like becomes a matter of like how do you outline these? Like how do you show them? And less is usually more, especially if you're not familiar. Like I usually just show these ones in the middle here, the ones that are like tucked into the belt. And if you show them on the edges like you've done here, you're pretty much good. Like you can show them a little bit more, but you don't need like an excess of wrinkles to get the point across. Just on the edges. So the wrinkles are pretty much almost like good already on your jackets here. It was just this skirt. Yeah. And then with line weight, this is an extra, you don't even have to pay attention to this, but with line weight, the thicker lines I tend to put on like the edge of a surface. So like the edge of her cheek here, or the edge of this hair, I would give like a thicker line weight, stuff that's overlapping usually. So like this hair is overlapping some of the details from the jacket, and you want to make sure that the viewer can distinguish what's the lines from the hair and what's the lines from the jacket. And then I like to just put a bit of a line, usually in like creases like this, a little bit of like a thicker line weight in like a little triangle, just to show some shading in the line work. But that's personal preference. But if I see a spot that's got a little triangle like this, like in the bangs, I usually try to put a little bit of like a thicker line work in there, just to show a little bit of depth in the line work. See, like this hoodie is overlapping the shirt. Which lines are the shirt and which lines are the hoodie? Now you know for sure that it's this one. Or like this cat. This cat is overlapping the Petra. The Petra. So I would put thicker lines around the cat's paw here that's overlapping. And then the Petra is overlapping the cat. It's Tara, right? It's not Petra. I always get confused with that because Evie says Petra. Okay. I would put a thicker line around the outline of Tara, just to show that Tara's in front of the cat. And then here as well, I would put a thicker outline around the cat, because the cat is in front of Tara. And like on the edge of the skirt here, or on the edge of this. Just anywhere where there's an object in your scene that overlaps another object, like here with the skirts, you could pick one to have in front of the other one and just kind of thicken that outline so that your eye can see, oh, this one, like here, this is in front of this arm. Thicken that line up. Now it's pretty clear that these are in front of the arms. And then this arm is in front of the other arm. Do a little bit of that shading that I talked about. Do that in like the folds and stuff as well. Just a little bit of that shading. Here, this is overlapping the skirt. Thicken the lines up on that. Ta-da! Now all of a sudden it's quite a bit easier to see. See, like her hair is behind. Her hair is behind her jacket here. Just thicken the line on the jacket up. Now it's really clear which one of those is in front. The other thing is with like stuff overlapping, like this, you kind of want to avoid like where the bow and the arm kind of meet. So I would either move it further towards the arm so that it's really clear that this is going in front of the arm, or I would move it the opposite direction and move it a little bit further away from the arm so that it's really clear in your silhouette that this is not part of the arm. Like when it touches just like that, it almost looks from a distance that it's like connected to the arm. So yeah, that's I think all I have to say. Other than the cat, you said you were gonna fix the cat. It's this forehead, man. Let me go back to red. The cat, his forehead is like this shape. Cat anatomy is kind of tricky, but I wouldn't show cats have a pretty flat face. So I wouldn't show the nose at all. Like the bridge of it. I would just focus on the big eyes that a cat has. And if you want to show the nose of the cat, I would do it in the outline like this. And then I would just move the nose and mouth. How am I going to do that? I would just move the nose and mouth this way, maybe. I'll just redraw the nose. I don't want to have to merge layers, so I can might not even show the chin. It's a ghost cat. It can be a blob. Wouldn't show this line where the ear. I would just keep it really, really simple because it's a ghost, so it's kind of transparent. You're not really going to see many lines anyways. And then I think the eyes are fine. Like if I color these in, that looks fine to me. I might just like push the forehead down. It's tricky. You're using like human face shape for the cat, which like a human head is like this shape with like the nose and the eyes. And then a cat shape is like the eyes take up like most of the head. And then it's like, honestly, even this, like the forehead. And then it's mostly like ears. And then this guy's like a ghosty shape. So it's like, it's hard to get, it's hard to push the human face shape into the cat face shape. Um, Cats also usually have like little baby mouths. So maybe a shorter mouth. I don't know. Honestly, the cat is giving me a run for my money here. I really like the cute little cheek puff though. I wanna not mess with that too much, but maybe like that. I'm gonna just merge all the layers because I think this face could be like, yeah, I think the eyes being like closer to the, oh, I merged the background layer. That's cool. I think maybe something like that. Um, yeah, I hope that helped and wasn't just like obnoxious. I don't want to feel obnoxious, but yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of shading on the nose. I'm just having fun drawing now, but yeah, I think something like that might help. Okay, I have to stop because otherwise I'll just like complete your drawing for you, and that's not the point of this. Point of this is to like just explain the nose and the wrinkles and shit. Okay. I hope it helped.